Hello and welcome to Health and Science Channel. Today's video is going to be about Alzheimer's disease. The content we are going to cover. What is Alzheimer's disease? How does Alzheimer's disease affect the brain? Signs and symptoms. Stages. Causes. Last, we will discuss the essential part of this video, which is the preventative measure for Alzheimer's disease. Now, let's get right into it. Alzheimer's is a neurodegenerative disorder that affects memory, cognitive abilities, thinking, and behavior. It's a progressive condition that worsens over time and is ultimately fatal. It's recognized as a leading cause of dementia and results in severe memory loss, cognitive decline, and behavioral changes. Alzheimer's is not a normal part of aging, even though the risk of Alzheimer's disease and other types of dementia increases with age. It is typically diagnosed in people over 65 but can also occur in younger people. This rare form of Alzheimer's is known as early onset or younger onset Alzheimer's. Both types have a genetic component. The exact cause of Alzheimer's is unknown, though it is believed to be caused by a combination of genetic, environmental, and lifestyle factors. In this video, we will cover each factor in detail to help you protect yourself from developing this disease. Taking steps to reduce the risk factors can help reduce the risk of developing the disease. There is no cure for the disease, but treatments are available to help manage symptoms and slow the progression of this disorder. How does Alzheimer's disease affect the brain? Alzheimer's disease is thought to be caused by the abnormal buildup of proteins in and around brain cells. Scientists have identified tau and amyloid-beta as the prime suspects for driving pathology in Alzheimer's disease. The two main proteins are thought to interfere with the communication between brain cells. The healthy human brain contains approximately 80 billion nerve cells called neurons. Neurons talk to each other using special chemicals called neurotransmitters. In simple terms, neurotransmitters are chemical messenger that sends messages from one neuron to another. In Alzheimer's disease, toxic changes occur in the brain, including the abnormal buildup of proteins forming amyloid plaques and tau tangles. As a result of the buildup of these proteins, healthy neurons stop functioning and lose connections with other neurons. A person's ability to understand, think, remember, and communicate will be affected. This will impact a person's ability to make decisions, remember things, and perform simple tasks.
What are the signs, symptoms, and stages of Alzheimer's disease? In the beginning, Alzheimer's disease typically destroys neurons and their connections in parts of the brain involved in memory, including the entorhinal cortex and hippocampus. It later affects areas in the cerebral cortex responsible for language, reasoning, and social behavior. Changes in the brain may begin a decade or more before symptoms appear. In the final stages, the spread of pathology throughout the brain results in various effects, such as shrinking brain tissue, death of brain cells, and eventual breakdown of the neuron network. See the picture of a healthy brain compared to a patient with Alzheimer's. Stages of Alzheimer's. 1. Preclinical Alzheimer's disease. It is important to understand that Alzheimer's disease begins long before any symptoms become evident. This is a stage of Alzheimer's disease that is called preclinical Alzheimer's disease, and it is usually detected only by researchers in research settings. You won't notice symptoms during this stage, nor will those around you. This stage of Alzheimer's can last for years. 2. Mild cognitive impairment due to Alzheimer's disease. People with mild cognitive impairment have mild changes in their memory and thinking ability. These changes aren't significant enough to affect work or relationships yet. Those that suffer from MCI may experience memory lapses when it comes to information that is usually easily remembered, such as conversations, recent events, or appointments, even if they are used to doing so. 3. mild dementia due to Alzheimer's disease. This is the stage of the disease characterized by mild memory loss and difficulty with some everyday activities. It is at this stage Alzheimer's often diagnosed. Symptoms include forgetting conversations or events, misplacing objects, difficulty organizing or planning, struggling to find the right word, or having trouble speaking or writing, changes in the mood and personality, struggling to complete familiar tasks. 4. Moderate dementia due to Alzheimer's disease. With the progress of Alzheimer's disease, people become more confused and forgetful, and they become dependent on others for assistance with everyday activities as well as self-care in order to continue to function normally. Symptoms include show increasingly poor judgment and deepening confusion, experience even greater memory loss. People may forget details of their personal history, such as their mobile numbers, address, or where they attended school. 5. Severe dementia due to Alzheimer's disease. In the late stages of the disease, which is known as severe dementia due to Alzheimer's disease, the function of the mind continues to deteriorate, and the disease has an increasing impact on movement and physical ability. People lose the ability to communicate coherently, no longer converse or speak in ways that make sense, and may become unable to walk without assistance. May need daily assistance with personal care. This includes total assistance with eating, dressing, and going to the bathroom. We have researched and spent hours looking into probable causes of Alzheimer's, and our findings suggest that amyloid and tau proteins could be symptoms rather than the causative of the disease. So much resources and effort have been put in this theory, but after years of research not much progress have been made. Look at what we found and make your own mind. We truly believe there could be other explanations. 1. Heavy metals such as mercury can cause brain neuron degeneration we see in Alzheimer's patients. There is a scientific evidence to support the claim that mercury exposure caused brain neurons damage we see in Alzheimer's disease and other forms of dementia. Mercury is one of the most toxic elements known to human and causes numerous health problems. It is 10 times more toxic to neurons than lead. Exposure to mercury can occur through various sources, including through exposure to mercury-containing products such as face cream and medication, food contaminated with mercury, and through vapor. The amount of mercury a person is exposed to and the duration of exposure can affect the potential health risk. Researchers from University of Calgary Faculty of Medicine revealed with direct visual evidence from brain neuron tissue culture how mercury ions actually changed the cell membrane structure of the developing neurons. In this experiment, neurons isolated from the snail brain tissue were grown in a culture for several days, after which a very small concentration of mercury were added to culture medium for 20 minutes. Over the next 30 minutes, scientists observed neurons underwent rapid neuron degeneration, leaving behind neurofibrils seen here. In contrast, an other metal added at the same concentration did not produce same effect. 2. An unhealthy diet may be responsible for the development of plaques in the brain. Scientists at the University of Southern California studied the effect of a high-calorie diet in mice with this aforementioned gene. One group of mice was fed a diet which consisted of 10% fat and 7% sugar, and the other group of mice was fed a diet which consisted of 45% fat and 17% sugar, otherwise known as a typical Western diet. From this study they found that there was a correlation between an unhealthy diet and prediabetes and weight gain in mice, and mice carrying the APOE4 gene showed a greater prevalence of plaque in their brains, a protein that has been linked to Alzheimer's disease. What are the risk factors and preventative factors for Alzheimer's disease? Risk factors. 1. High blood pressure. 2. Smoking. 3. Diabetes. 4. Obesity. 5. Sedentary lifestyle. 6. Poor diet. 7. Lack of physical exercise. 8. High alcohol consumption. 9. Depression. 10. Traumatic brain injury. 11. Social isolation and poor engagement with other people. 12. Age. 13. A family history of the disease. Now let's look at the protective factors. 1. High education. 2. Cognitive activity. 3. Physical activity. 4. Social engagement. 5. Marriage. 6. Mind diet. 7. Ketogenic diet. 8. Vitamin flavonoids. 9. Mediterranean diet. 10. And vitamin D. Recent meta-analyses confirm that low serum vitamin D concentrations are associated with prevalent Alzheimer disease, AD, dementia and cognitive impairment. That's all for today. We hope you find the content on our channel informative and entertaining. Please subscribe to our channel to see more videos. We appreciate your support and look forward to sharing more videos with you in the future. Thank you for visiting.